household name, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I started looking into like what I didn't have coming in. You know what I mean? Like what I didn't have. Um, Sometimes the OGs wouldn't be so um like as in like giving me the knowledge or whatever kind of thing. It's kind of like, who are you kind of thing, that we kind of get that still to this day, like who is that guy? Like, why is that guy asking questions? So that's kind of why I've been like, you know what? Let's make sure that when my peers aren't around, we have something that is understood, like you know what I mean? Like just simple basics and stuff like that. Like realizing that you are the brand,
Yeah,
realizing that you are like, you might like, you're thinking like, what's my brand? What is it? And it's like, bro, use your Crump name.
for real.
Like our
And
Crump
that
names
was
is
like,
crazy as heck. Your name's Corpse, and then obviously you got your AKAs, but it's like, okay, use that. That's what I started with. Started with like, Big Riot. And then like obviously like Eat Movement came about. And that was off of just me. It was a call a buck. And eyes was trying to get off towards me. And then like I literally stepped over the little barricades. I stepped over the barricades and stood in the middle, went right to them, and then they all just like left. And I stood in the middle of the call a buck and I was like, feed me. I want to eat. I want
"Ugh."
to eat. I want to eat. And then like the past couple of weeks after, like the weeks after following, people were like, let's eat. Let's eat. And I was like, yo, that's dope. That's dope. I might need to make that a thing. And then like as I started thinking more into that and realizing the pull it's been getting, I was like, we gotta think of a dope acronym. Eliminate. I was like, eat everyone. Then I'm like, eventually I came up with eliminate all targets. You know what I'm saying? Everything in your way, everything in your way is a target. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got to eat to survive. You
Oh,
know.
that's so tough, dude.
And then like my more mature mind now, as I was kind of like rebranding I got a new logo now. A lot of rebrand because you got to think too. You got to rebrand. Like stuff
Mhm.
like that. Now like my face paint's kind of a vibe. It's kind of like a household thing. People are kind of being influenced by it. So I was like, okay, eat. What would eat be? I'm more mature. I'm not trying to kill everything now. You know what I'm saying? Obviously I
Mhm.
battle and do my thing, but it's like okay, everyone all together,
Mhm.
you know?
Dude, the whole I remember the first time I heard you go, "Eat," like, "I'm trying to eat," and I was like, "Ah, that's so ooh, like, that's so tough, man," and
Yeah.
then I can't remember if it was, like, a graphic you posted or if you just put it in a post, but, it was eliminate all targets, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so bug, bro," like, that's just because that's, like, going into that whole conversation of branding, it's like that is so applicable in so many different things. You could use that in football, basketball, MMA,
Facts.
fucking
My homies that do like gym stuff, like rock my stuff because they love to eat. Eliminate all target. I gotta eat. Like they cut the shirts up, and that's why I started making tank tops. You know what I mean? Stuff
mm,
like that. And I started making. I started realizing like, okay, well, it's not just for Crump. I'm like, yeah, like finding that out within it. Oh man, that shit's
mhm,
hard. Let me rock that stuff, man. I would work out in it. My boys love it. Sweaters, whatever. And yeah, eat. You like eat. Like you know what I mean? And like
yeah.
it just kind of just yeah, especially like how this Crump stuff is. Man, I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to, we all want to be kind of like a thing, known or whatever. So it's like shoot, we all trying to eat.
Man, I remember one time you told me, and I don't know if you remember it, man, but we were dancing and you're like, "Hey, homie, you look like you're starving out here." And I was like, "Oh shit, you're like, you better eat." I was like, I am actually, because I remember I was just like itching to get in there, but it was just like, I was still kind of new, and when the session's popping and you're new, it's kind of like,
Yeah,
ooh,
it might be a little intimidating,
mm-hmm,
and it does be like that. Um, but then like that's one thing kind of going into the session vibe. I feel a lot of the session aspect of Crump has kind of been forgotten, lost in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because like
mm-hmm,
people are all there trying to kill it off, and it's like, bro, just like didn't we just use this to like exchange energy, release our BS that we've been going through? You know what I mean, kind of thing.
mm-hmm,
Um, like I pulled up to a couple like several sessions. And it's like a dude just sweating and
mm-hmm.
ain't even got in the session yet. I'm like, what? You ain't even got off yet, but getting like laughing, getting off on the side. I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
Like dance that, like go, like get in
Exactly,
there, dance
express
that.
that. What are
Mm-hmm.
you doing here at this? Oh, you waiting to kill it off or a beefy moment? But yeah, like sometimes it gets that way. But then like that's when like session etiquette comes in. It's like, okay, because there's a moment when it does die down.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it starts back up. Okay, well, it's been a little intimidating. Maybe I'll jump in now. You know, because once you start getting that flow, that heavy energy going, it does
Mhm.
get intimidating. I'll be sitting there sometimes like, shoot, I just want to watch. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they're like, Riot, go. And I'm like, bro, I'm kind of enjoying right now. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I do like to just enjoy like an energy exchange. Like, and it doesn't have to just be battle, you know? But
Mhm.
but I'll be like, oh man. Yeah, yeah. I kind of do remember saying, let's see. And I remember you kind of being like, huh? Like, huh? Like, hold on, what? Like, wait,
Yeah.
you said to me? Like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, like me, bro. Like, oh, okay, I'll get in there. And that is something too. Like, what is what are some steps that you think like the community can really make to bring that session energy back? Like, I remember 818s at the park, like 2016, 17 status, like crackhead energy, bro. Like these
Bro,
sessions were just blowing through the roof and
blowing
everyone
up.
was sessioning and just going fucking hard, bro. Like, what do you think we could do like as a community to kind of bring that energy back?
I would say, to be honest, what I would say is was more as a like kind of going back to what I was saying, like just instead of just so much workshops and stuff on like material kill off and kind of like battle tactics and stuff, like why don't we start doing some how to hype up in a session? You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Session etiquette, you know, like what the session is actually used for. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit more like maybe mix your workshop and have like a session aspect at the last bit. You
mhm,
know what I mean? To where like people can start understanding it more. But yeah, I think just kind of incorporating it more within the learning aspect of the journey of these people because everything is so accessible now. You know what I mean? You can get it damn near everything you want to learn. You damn near hit us up, get a private. You got
mhm,
the Beast Camp website, you know what I mean, with all of us on there. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. So it was and Concrete's doing his stuff now too. I'm kind
mhm,
of working stuff on that too. Like, but like it's just so much ways to get it. And it's just kind of more of just like, okay, material, and get like that. It's okay, cool, cool. But no one's really focusing on okay, just like the get off, the exchange of energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that actual feeling you will feel within yourself to get off, to start
mhm.
spazzing. You know what I mean? Like I've had this person come up to me like years ago and be like, hey, Riot, look at this spaz out I labbed up. I was like, wait, you labbed up a spaz out? I was like, hold on, bro. I was like, I literally I was smoking a blunt. He came, man, right? I was like, I turned around and went right, hey, look, and kept walking and kept smoking. I was like, how do you lab up a spaz out that comes from you literally spazzing out? Like it's in the term.
Yeah,
Like
spaz out. You're spazzing.
you're
Yeah.
spazzing. It's not something that you're gonna like practice or control. It just comes within. Like no homo, whatever. I don't like saying all that stuff, but all my littles be on me about it. I'm
Mhm.
like, bro, I'm grown, like, but I'll say it just for it. You feel me? Before I get recording, like, listen to this nigga,
Oh my
right?
god. Yeah. Oh
You
my
know how
god.
corrupt be, bro. You know how this corrupt stuff be, man.
That was something too, like, because I got some homies, shout out my dudes out in Austin, Texas.
Hey,
Dude, I've been able to travel a lot recently with work, bro. So been on the
amen,
road pretty
amen,
much like the
amen.
last like 3 years almost.
And
Uh,
seeing more than you ever kind of expected, huh? And learning
oh
just
my
and
god.
learning so much more, right?
Oh, just you notice not only from dance, but like being a dad. You learn so much about yourself being on the road
Mm,
and then experiencing people, and then you kind of have like that piece of you missing.
mm-hmm.
And so you begin to fill that void with the people who recognize you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like not
yeah.
just know your name or know your
No,
person, but they
reciprocate you.
they know you. Yes,
Yeah,
they know you.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, I'll never forget you made a post and you're like, dearly from Jordan, and I never let that go.
Mm,
I seen the post and I never let it go because it was like I've only ever known him as Riot, and he just spoke to this crump community in his name, his recognized name.
yeah. And I know
So
most people don't even know me that by that name. And it's crazy. No, you know what's crazy, bro? Like, it's nothing wrong though. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like kind of how it gets. You know, I've had people spend the night at my crib, be at my house for like 5 years. Don't even know my name, Jordan. Like, what? I'm like, bro, we've been hanging out. I know someone's may have said my name amongst us. You know what I'm saying? Some of the Brodies. They're like, bro, I just thought they was just talking about something. I was like, that's so funny. I was like, bro, I'm Jordan, bro. Nice to meet you again. Hear that.
Yeah. Reintroduce you to myself
Yeah, reintroduce you to the real me, man.
as myself. Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. It's I'm loving the journey that's been going on recently with him myself too again, man.
That's good, man. Like what's been
Yeah.
new? What's for Rye, Big Rye, what's been new for you, man?
I would say finding that love again. Finding
Mm,
that love within the dance again. Um like and like pushing just as hard but without like a care of what the outcome is. Just pushing just because I love it, you know? My
yeah.
little homies, my little homies, you know what I mean? Like they ask the right questions, you know, then it has me tapping into stuff and refinding me again, you know,
Mhm.
because yeah, I feel like I'm dancing like the damn near the best I've ever have, you know what I mean, personally,
Oof, yeah.
and like
Yeah.
and you know what I mean, I'm 38, you
Mhm.
know, and I'm like, I'm looking at myself like I'm going backwards, but I'm not complaining. I'm gonna keep pushing and keep going. But yeah, I think it's mainly just the love, bro, and I feel nowadays people are starting to understand Riot more. And compared to
Mhm.
like back then, it was kind of like, oh, we fuck with it, but it had that he's a demon, had that little curse on it, you know what I'm saying? Just because of
Yeah.
certain people, you feel me?
Mhm.
But now that it's kind of more free, that's why a lot of OGs and a lot of us are being more present, a lot of more stuff being said. But now I think now I'm kind of being seen more, you know what I mean? Type shit as not even just seeing like, oh, he's dancing. No, it's me, like who I am.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah,
That
you
dude,
actually get
that's been something with the Crump Talk that I've been so like, and every time I see it, man, I try to tap in at least for a couple minutes,
mm.
and it's like your work as a dancer was one thing, and then like that post, and we talked for a little bit after my Buckster battle with Ruck Boy,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kind of see there was some more posts here and there, and I'd see you chime in on certain topics, and I was like, okay, there's not only this layer behind the face paint, there's not only a layer behind this guy Riot, who I appreciate his dancing and this insight. But then when you have, you've probably started to realize too with people, when you get to talk to them for an hour, 45 minutes at any given moment and hear their
Mm-hmm.
opinions or their point of view, you kind of start to realize more of their character, or,
Man, thing
just the
about
things.
no, that's a fact. Thing about me, I'm big on like energy. I'm big on stuff like that. And what I used to do younger, I used to always watch interviews of my favorite artist and
Mm-hmm.
read their body language, and certain stuff was asked. And that's why I love like conversations, like proper conversations, because then, like you said, you start to see people like, especially if you're in a genuine conversation, there's no filter on both sides. Then you start really seeing like how stuff is replied to. When you start tapping into like deeper layers of the onion, you start really seeing like, okay,
Yep.
what's really like I think, okay, get into some touchy topics, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And even with me, like I started seeing more like who really does care for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not it's not just for the me, but it's more for like what it is. Like I I want to like I'm like I want all my littles be better than me. I want
Yeah.
all my crew to be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
you feel me? Like I'm not over here like, oh, this he's getting better. Like good. I'm not upset or like kind of things like that. But I see a lot of that happening. It's like, bro, like you're mad because the bird's starting to fly now.
Mm.
Like you taught it how to
Mm.
fly, you gave it wings, and now you're mad at the motherfucker flying. It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's so
And
crazy to me.
and one thing too, like especially like with that, like Mad Lines, bro. Like I was so she was coming around the camp and stuff, and I mean everyone already knows me. I don't want no more camp members. There's enough of us. I hate it. I have separation anxiety. So when we get new people, it's like, oh, there's more people for me to worry about now. Like,
Yeah.
But when she found a home with Riot, I was like, that fits. She's in good hands, like, and then now kind of to see her progress, and I can't remember whose battle. I I want to say it was Mo
Yeah,
Buck.
yeah, at the playgrounds
Oh, bro,
with the
she was so
masks.
lit.
With the masks,
Yeah, bro, so lit. I was like, oh my god, like look at her fucking grow, dude, and
she's finding
flourish.
her crump. She's finding
Mm,
her crump.
mm-hmm,
I'm not saying she's finding crump. I'm talking about she's finding her crump.
mm-hmm,
And that's what's important in this stuff when we teach. Allow whoever you're teaching to find their crump.
mm-hmm. Like let them be great, like let them be great in their own way.
Period. I'll tell you what I was told by um, my niggas in the Hall of Fame, Hypnosis, and Lil C. Both at different times, but we were smoking because I was one of the ones that was smoking before, kind of before everyone else. But they told me, and they both damn near said it the same way. This is a dance about you, so be your fucking self. So
Yeah.
guess what I started doing? Not worrying about what anyone's telling me how I should do my shit.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, beginning stages, you got to kind of get that coaching. But once you start understanding the reason why we stop, why we throw arm swing. But when you find that proper reason and you understand it, then you could put you in it.
mm-hmm,
I don't stomp like everybody. I don't jab like everybody. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, started even like learn like and then telling like there's your type is this, like okay, different body types do different stuff. You know what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? Like we're lanky.
mm-hmm.
We're not gonna be dancing powerful, bro. We can get powerful though. It's not saying we can't. I get powerful. I have powerful movements and stuff. But it's like, bro, I'm not a powerful nigga. My chest spot gotta come from my soul, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I got
Yes.
what I got look, bro. I got like no chest, bro. Like say with
Yeah.
my chest, it's like where is it?
Yeah.
When I but you just you just start kind of learning that. But yeah, once I heard that, I was like, never look back. Started trying shit.
Yeah, man. I was telling B Wilder, bro, like, I remember when I first came in, especially dancing under dread, it was like try to do hat moves, try to do shoe moves, and that was just not it's just not me. It just
Yeah,
doesn't fit
yeah.
well. I suck at it. It's just not my vibe.
But
Like,
it's not your wave. It's not what you connect to.
I'm not going to dance powerful. I'm 165 pounds, soaking wet.
With a
So
towel, like
yeah, with boots on, not
type shit.
I'm not going to dance like Miho. I'm not going to dance like Ruin. Like I'm not. That's just not my vibe. So I had to figure out what felt right. And I just kind of shout out to Rascal. But I just kind of took towards that monster style, and I just kind of ran with that. And just put my own flavors on it, put my own steez on it, and you know, there was Corpse, Jay Dread, and now Monster Beast. Yeah, dude, the purpose and reasons. I think that's ooh, and that kind of goes back to like sessions. Like, why are
Yeah,
we session? Why are we
yeah,
sessioning? What's the purpose behind this?
yeah. Like, why do we link up and just get off? And why is it such a big thing in Crump? You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
there's always a type of session going on. You know what I mean? Um, you have an event. Guess what happens? An after session.
Every
You know what
time,
I'm saying? Like, come on now.
every
So,
time
like,
without fucking fail.
without a fail, some unfinished business. That happens too. But
Oh
like,
yeah.
I feel like yeah, just understanding like why is that? Like that reason. What is it?
Mm-hmm. And too with some of the Crump talks I've been watching, man. Because dude, I'm telling you, I'm a fan, right? I've been
Appreciate it.
doing I've
I
been doing the
appreciate it.
podcast now for a few years, and so now that I've seen, God, I can never. I know his name, can never remember it on call, but he does Coffee Break, and then now there's like you,
Oh,
and there's all
Freakazoid.
who
Freakazoid from
Freakazoid.
Texas.
There, I knew it was like
Yeah.
freak. I was like freak. Some I was like fuck. I don't want to mess it up. Freakazoid.
Yeah, Freakazoid.
Shout out my boys over there at Coffee Break.
Yeah, we're doing a vibe thing now. We're doing like a little collab create, like a crump talk coffee break vibe.
Oh, that's
Yeah, yeah,
tight,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. We've been kind of vibing. Yep, yep.
Dude, and that's man. See, even like with that, like mm, I think, especially for me, because I've kind of been on that wave too of like going to sessions. I know there was like a lot of pressure when I was first coming up because I want to make the big homie happy. And
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I want to, I need to get my repetitions in and this and that, and then I
Get my
feel
stripes,
yeah, earn my bones. I need to earn my
Mm,
bones
mm,
out
mm,
here.
mm.
I'm trying to be known and I want to be respected, so I need to be out here. But I feel like for like the first 2 years that I was dancing in Crump was like I just missed it. Like there was so many moments that like I was in awe, but I wasn't present enough to really enjoy all these rounds because I was more worried of, is this a good time to come in? Is it not a good time to come in? Is it too live? Is it not live enough? Like, where do
Mm,
I
mm.
fit? And I wasn't just enjoying the
The
fucking
actual
session that's
journey,
happening right
the
in front of
actual
me.
journey, and everything going on within.
Yeah,
And
hell
that's
yeah.
what I think a lot is lost too. I was actually talking about this the other day. People so much want to rush the journey, get to the best, be this, but it's like, bro, embrace when you go through that. Like, I loved when I went through, I love when going through style changes. I love when I had like that awkward phase within my, like my steps weren't linking up, because my feet started getting bigger or whatever, whatever it
Yeah.
was, you know what I'm saying? But like that journey within this dance, I'm using like real life reference to my crump, but like, yeah, like I started getting into different things. So I think people kind of do rush that process too much, or then like you get in too much of a, maybe it might have been like a too much of a having to please too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got to please my big, make sure they're good, or I'm making sure they're happy. Compared to like shit, like nigga, why don't you make sure you happy? 'Cause I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee that will portray way more, because
Mm-hmm.
everything starts within. In this dance, especially, but especially in life, starts within.
Yeah. Like working from the inside out instead of trying to take from the outside and put in.
Because you control everything here mentally first, obviously. So if you're thinking, I gotta please this and that, you're gonna do what they like. They're gonna do that. You're not gonna really click into you fully. You're still gonna do you, but it's gonna be like you kind of might look up, catch eyes, and they're not even reacting or whatever. And you're like, oh shoot, I'm doing it wrong or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like mentally, I kind of use this example. Like we always think, okay, if you think this, I feel like I'm getting sick. I feel like I'm not like I feel like I'm like not well. Guess what happens to the body? Start getting sick. So it's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
a process that you kind of gotta just keep labbing up mentally more. You know, I
Oh
think we
yeah.
need to do that more too. More mental labs within fams.
Ooh, yeah, dude. I
For real though. Like I don't care how buck niggas is. Like me and my fams, we won't even move sometimes and just properly, break down what's going on mentally. So I think
Mhm.
people should do that one a little bit more too. Mental labs, session and mental labs.
There's a good segment of whenever I am home and I'm with the fam, the boys from Oxnard. It's like we'll session, get a couple rounds in, and then I just turn the fucking music off, and it's like, like what's up with you guys? Like, where are you at? Like, I'm not talking about jabs, arm swings. I'm talking about where are you at? Where's your head at? Where's
Mm,
like you good? Like, how's your mom? Like, how's your dad? How's the stuff going on with your girl? And let's clear some of this air, and then let's talk about dance, bro. Now let's okay, you're having trouble, vibing to this type of music, or you're having trouble because you get into a certain space in your round and you don't know
mhm.
where your brain is. Let's unpack that. Let's walk through this together. And then maybe, now we can see, okay, if you're in this position, now we can start talking about the physical part. But
Yeah,
first, yeah, like you said, first your mind. Let's get the mind right.
because
Hmm.
especially in dance, if you think, and we've all gone through this. I went through it. How does it look? Is it buck? Why aren't they hyping? And guess what starts portraying? It starts portraying in your movements.
Hmm.
You start looking like less confident. Uh, yeah, it just portrays a lot. And in this dance, like a lot of it is presence.
Mm.
You know, and how a person is looking in within those movements.
Dude, I remember, and this was very recent. Matter of fact, this was just a couple days ago. I remember one of the boys was like, "What is it about the OGs and our vets that just make them so tight?" I was like, "Well, let's unpack it." So I pulled up a video and I was like, "Dude, just look how they're standing there. They're in no rush. They're exactly where they want to be. They're doing exactly what they want to do. They have a presence and an aura about themselves that's demanding your attention, you know? And so that presence and being present, all of that is such, to me, is such a big thing that all you guys have. That was something I used to watch with you, bro. Just the way you would walk around. God, who were you battling? I think you were battling Biggie at the Buckster one, and you were like walking around the stage as he was dancing. You're just like, yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
gang,
yeah,
gang. I said gang, gang,
yeah.
gang, gang. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Just the presence, and then you're standing there. You're about to start your round, and I was like, this is, my bad, Biggie. I was like, but this is over. Like, this is way over. Just look how he's fucking standing there, bro. It's so just riot. Like, this is fucking iconic right now, man. Oh my god.
That was the beginning of bringing that, like the T-Pain face for
Mm-hmm.
me to crump type thing. Like I've had like clown face pain stuff like that, but I was like back in the day. I wasn't too fully involved, but that was like the first. Like I was like, because remember, you gotta think that Buster was like how the hype was about it was like OGs are coming back. You know what I mean? We got
Mm-hmm.
a lot of new niggas that's taking over right now, and this would be the time for a lot of the new niggas to put that stamp on their name because a lot of us are going to be present to be able to be like, yeah, that's one of them ones, because literally damn near every OG was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, it's like show you who the real OGs are, because some people are just going to be, and I'm not afraid to say it, but a lot of OGs do rely on their name nowadays
Mm-hmm.
more than their buck, you know. And I'm gonna keep that shit a beansies. I'm a realist, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If you my friend Orpho, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, and that was like a night for that. And now I went in there, and I kid you not, I remember I was like, what am I gonna do to like change Riot but not change me?
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because nowadays some people only know me for the face paint, won't even recognize me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's when I knew I'm like when I started getting those kind of I was like, okay, I knew I really went in and properly, but that was me like realizing, okay, yeah, like I want to change me but still be me.
Mm.
That's hard. You know
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
hard question. Yeah, that's
How are you
insane.
gonna change yourself in a drastic way but still be you?
Hmm.
No one's seen like people see me get off with the face paint, but like more in like a T-Pain vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna bring it to crump. I remember I painted the face. This is me still finding it. That's why I didn't really have like my outfit. I was wearing, regular clothes and shit. Now I wear all black. I got like I got my super suit. You know what I mean? Like when I go to war, I got my war outfit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Type thing. But I remember I walked in there. I had the face paint on. I remember Chaz came up to me, big eyes. He was like, "You ready, right?" I said, "Nigga, I'm so ready, bro. I'll battle you." I
Yeah.
said, I said, I said, "Give me anybody." And that
Mm-hmm.
nigga looked at me like, and I just kept walking. It wasn't even like, it was literally like, hey man, you ready? And I just kept walking. I said, nigga, I'll get off on you right now. And I just kind of kept going, like, it don't matter who. And it was like all in
Mm-hmm.
one motion. I just kept pushing. Like I was just in there because I already knew what the assignment was. I'm in there, whole new, yeah, it's right, but I'm in my character now. Because I'm always
Mm-hmm.
been a character. I've always been animated within my dance, even back then. But now it's like enhanced.
Yeah.
Everything's dramatic as fuck.
Yeah. And that is such a thing too to hear, because it's like, for years, bro, household name. You come into Crump, and there is a list of names that you hear of. The OGs who, like you said, they're not relying on the name. They're continuing to put in the work. They're present. They're here, and they're changing over time too.
Mm-hmm.
And going through style changes. Like I've had to message the big homie a few times, like, bro, how do I get through this? Like I can feel it happening to my body, this, that, and the third. And we've had our talks, and it's like kind of like you were saying, like you have to change yourself without changing who you are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been saying that I'm trying to reintroduce myself to myself, and see who this person is. And so that's cool, man, to hear, especially somebody like you who's stapled, stamped, this is Riot. He could hang up the cleats right now and everyone's going to remember who he is, but even he still approaches it with the same mindset of like, hey, it's okay to change, hey, it's okay to go through these things, but stay true to who you are, and the things that you do, the things that you like, You know what I mean? That's tight to hear, man. It's
I'm telling
inspiring as
you.
fuck.
Amen. Amen. And I hope to keep doing that kind of like inspiring stuff like that. And hopefully like that, I hope within like my podcast or even being within yours and any other ones I go on, hopefully people start to see the mindset kind of thing more and more. Cause we
Mhm.
had to have a strong mindset in this crump shit, bro.
Mhm.
Especially in this crump shit. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the most cornball nigga be the most popular one. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
god, dude.
You know what I mean? Like just because they can dance tight, you feel me?
Mhm.
But doesn't mean they're tight people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just yeah, that's why I feel like those mental labs are important. Gotta have those and strengthen a lot around you. Because
And
a
I
lot of
think
stuff
it's important too with the people that you bring into podcasts and stuff like that. Like even for you, like with Crumb Talk, it's like I said, it's important for me, for just me. I don't even want to say people, but for me to hear these people's attitude come out of their mouth.
hmm
Not dancing, not on a keyboard, but let me hear what you got to say come out of your mouth, bro. And
and to see how you react when you're saying it.
yeah, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one thing to say it on a Facebook post, but it's another thing to sit down with somebody for 45 minutes and have your ideas challenged.
Mm-hmm.
Or for somebody to say, well, can you expand? Like, hey, man, like, explain that.
Yeah.
Because some people can't even get into two, three, four sentences down the line of a fucking explanation of why they believe what they believe. They just believe it because they thought of it one day. They just woke up.
Or so much people believe it. You know what I'm saying? And kind of
Ooh, yeah.
you know what I mean? And that kind of happens too. Like in a way, like manipulation in a way to where it's like you don't even know why you even following them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or like just cause they tired and da 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 and they say this and been killing off and no one's really challenged it. So yeah, that's word, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, so
And
that
there's been some goofball activity. I like opening up the
boy.
Crumpers page, but it's been some goofball activity going on.
Oh my God. I go up in there with a blunt already sparked, ready for the buffoonery, bro.
Yes.
Cause 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 it's like, bro, we in there and it'll be like genuine questions, genuine people asking for some knowledge, people genuinely sending in clips to try to get feedback. 2, 3 likes, 4 likes, 1 comment. But let a motherfucker talk some shit.
Oh, dude.
300. We going up. It's going up. Let the live say labbing. You're gonna get 5, 10 people in there. But let the live say, man, I'm on this nigga head or talking shit about so and so.
Yeah, all the viewers.
Bruh. And you know what's crazy? I'm an admin in that motherfucker. And I'm dead ass like I be holding back. I'm like, I be feeling niggas need to at people more. Like, who you talking about, bro? There's 5 to 6,000 people in this motherfucker, bro. You know who you're talking about when you're saying that,
Mhm.
bro. Just at some people. Just be a little more bold with it. We used to say that. That's how we used to be. We had an issue. We pull up. We'll say
Mhm.
something to you. Get off. Just dance, bro. We're not fighting
Mhm.
to the death. We just getting off. And the thing about this dance shit is like, nigga, you might get me this time, but nigga, I guarantee I'll get you the next time. Or you
Yep.
might get me the next time, but I'll come back and get you that time. And the thing about this crunch stuff is just it changes so much. You can evolve so much differently to where it's like you come back and destroy that nigga or something to where it's like you don't even have a feeling or whatever. It's just Crump's like small or too amazing, too big to be small minded, to be like worried about the loss of that day when there's like so many things that come within that week. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Sessions, events. Like we got sessions every day. Events now damn near almost every month.
Mhm. 2, 3 of them too across the US, some of them
Type shit.
happening on the same day.
Type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's like understanding your lane and understanding that Crump has a timing for everybody.
Ooh, yes.
Everybody, bro. I'm having that shit again. Luckily,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Type shit. You know,
Yeah.
a couple of my OGs are, you know what I'm saying? Like Solo, Crush, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas is still finding, still going. You know what I mean? Trying to keep
Yeah.
up with y'all youngins. Trying to keep up with y'all youngins, man. You know what I'm saying? We here though. We here.
Yeah, dude, and that's why, like, I mean, I'm gonna try to say this as gently as I possibly can because I have respect for the people who paved the way. But the
Amen.
OGs that I take so seriously are people like you, Solo, Crush. I mean, Crush likes to say he's not an OG, but he goes back far enough for me. Rap, fucking Hitman, people who continue to put themselves out there so that they can continuously have these moments and times, and what makes you guys so good is that your time in Crump is so long in its wave. And then it might go down for a little bit. You guys kind of take a back seat. And then you have this time where y'all step out and really apply yourselves. And it's just good every fucking time. And then the people behind these moments, like the people themselves is good, and they've matured and they've grown and let go of certain things and grow past certain things, and you can see it. You can hear the seasoned in your guys's conversations and the way that you guys
Amen.
talk about certain
Amen
stuff.
to that. Amen to that. You can definitely see that. Niggas not kids no more. You know what I'm saying?
For real, bro.
You know, niggas got families, niggas got kids themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like
yeah,
bad news, bro. And it's stuck with me. And I love Greg, bro. But bad news, he said, it's when he was talking to Ches after their battle out at EBS. He goes, "You made a lot of people sad." And I was like, the word sad seemed so profound because it was like his 15-year-old self was coming out. It was
yeah,
like this 16-year-old young man who was being ridiculed or whatever, like it came out for the first time. And I was like, oh my God, bro, like there's some stuff that we need to unpack as a community, because there's some stuff because you, him, Miho, all of you original like first 2 or 3 generations, you guys have been knowing each other for 15 plus fucking years.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And some people haven't grown. Not to say that Greg hasn't grown, because I love him and respect him as a man.
I think it's
But
just a lot of conversations that just haven't been had.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily like because I even myself, because I watched it too. I watched it too. Um, and I definitely saw a lot of emotion in my brother news. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens sometimes when we get bottled up and we don't communicate out sometimes and talk about it out, within our people sometimes to, at least put the pressure down a little bit.
mhm.
It's good to like kind of have those releases where
Take
you
the
can let that
cork
out.
off.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good to let those releases around you.
Hmm.
I'm thankful I got my littles and stuff like that. They helped me with that. They've been my big craze for that. But yeah, I did see that. I did see a lot of like pent up, like
Hmm.
now I can finally say this to you, da 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 kind of feeling. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, but I even also just feel just in general, none of that shit needed to even be happening over there. None of that, like, none of that needs to be even be like. I'm just be thankful that you're able to even see that,
Hmm.
witness it, and have it, to keep watching and rewatching. Um, because it is something that I feel is within these men to talk about within each other, handle it within each other. Um, then you can, what I'm saying, that then we can, sometimes we do talk a little more, but handle on the dance floor or whatever. Talk about it after. Doesn't have to be on the camera. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
within each other. It's not for everyone to know. And just not everyone's news to be in.
Yeah,
You
and I
know?
think too with like this day and age of everything being recorded, at least for myself, is I feel like that's one reason these conversations haven't happened. Because it's like,
Mm.
well, let's get this recorded. Let's post this. And it's like, no, 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 no.
Let's
Let's
sit down
just
and talk and record. Or like let's have yeah.
yeah, nah, bro. This doesn't need to be on a fucking podcast. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it'd be great content. Swear to God, it
It'd
would.
be amazing.
It'd be
It'd be
amazing for us
amazing
to
to
hear
have
it.
all the main like creators like sit there, you know, and just have a conversation. That'd be amazing vibe. That'd be amazing content.
But there's some conversations I feel like even, to go back to think of like back in the day, like when you had beef, you called them, you said, "Hey, where are you going to be at Tuesday?" "All right, I'll be there." You battle it out, and maybe it was recorded, maybe it wasn't, and there was conversations had. A lot of those weren't fucking recorded, and maybe some of that needs to kind of come back because
Yeah.
some of these conversations aren't for everyone.
Like, okay, record the battle, but let that be. Let the battle be. Let
Mhm.
everyone, let everybody politic on the battle, but let them handle it within. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
sometimes what be tripping me out the most is how the people that have nothing, that are not even the two people involved, react.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going crazy, but look at your homie. He's chilling. He's cool. Chill out. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, he's telling you, like, it's good. Like, cool. We got it. We understand. Like, and then they go, no, no, we're gonna fight. And it's like, now domino effect. You know,
Mhm.
that's
And
how it
like, yeah,
usually
now
be.
everybody's up in arms
Up and armed and ready and active. Like, it's like,
over something that ain't got nothing to even fucking do with you, bro. This got nothing
bro,
to do with you.
I'm telling you, I've had like 3 battles last year that was like that.
Mm.
And I'm just like, because the first time it happened, I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like, wait, hold up, what?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But it was all, but the thing is, for me, what I've learned through my journey, I embrace everything: happy, good, sad, bad, negative, whatever, everything. But I embrace it for what it is. So, like, when that came up, I was like, I never had that happen to me before, type shit. Not
Mhm.
lately, right? So it happened, and it took me time to get back on track, get back in my mode to get off, and but it took me a little bit longer to get back to me. You know what I mean? Like, my not give a fuck. And then I looked back and I was like, started, because I was mad at the situation. Like, man, no, 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 I was getting hot. And I started looking back at it. And I actually started looking at the situation like, okay, I need to learn something here. Right? I
Mhm.
need to learn something here. So it happened again. Like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? And I'm like, ooh, this is the test.
Mhm.
Right? So let's see how you go. Boom. It happened again. And then the battle just stopped. So I was like, damn, I can't really see if I was able to catch back up quick. Third time it happens again. Boom. I was like, okay, let's go. And I kid you not, I went just as up. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, test. Like, people just need to start understanding sometimes when you ask for certain challenge, like things in life, you get a test. I need strength. Guess what? Shit starts getting harder.
Mhm.
It's not strength that's going to be like, oh yeah, are you strong? No, it's a different type of thing. You know what I mean? You got to understand that. So
Mhm.
that's what I started been on.
I seen some video where the dude, it was like a clip from a movie or something. He goes, I asked for love and God gave me people to care for, and
Mhm.
I asked for strength and he gave me obstacles to overcome,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
it's like you ask for these things
You're
and
going to get something.
yeah, you're going to get, and it's not going to come in the ways that you always anticipate, they're going to come in the
It's after
form.
you accept that and take care of that, whatever that is where that reward comes.
Yes, yes. And to hear you too say like like that you recognize like, "Ooh, this is the challenge. Like this is where I know to put my focus." And I feel like that's kind of, even just being in Crump the few short years that I've been, it's like I've noticed like, okay, this happened. Now there's going to be this argument and then there's going to be this discussion and then loop. There's another
Yeah.
battle. This
Mhm.
argument happens. There's this discussion and then it happens again. And there's just this consistent loop. And it's like, why are we not recognizing the root
What's
problem?
in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Why- and that's kind of why sometimes I could be getting frustrated too. It's like, dang man, we keep trying to give life into something, and it's just like, but that negative energy just overwhelming all the time. You know, that just be
Mm-hmm.
blah, blah, you take this step forward, and then we just keep doing backflips backwards. It's car wheels backwards, and it's like, what are we doing, bro? Like, we were just winning. We just had an amazing wave of energy going. What are we running from? Like, oh, pride. That's where I think it starts tapping into pride and ego.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel that's where it
man.
starts tapping into.
Yeah, the ego, oh, the ego, especially of some of these dancers, and not only in Crump, but even outside of Crump, man, there's ego of dancers where it's like, dog, we're talking about dance here.
Yeah,
No one's brain scientists or fucking astronauts. No one here has changed the landscape of human society, bro. Like, none of y'all are the best thing since sliced bread, my guy. I
Man,
promise you, you're
we
not.
regular ass niggas, man, for real. That's it.
Phenomenal dancer, wonderful people. You, Sherwin, all these people, wonderful into fucking visuals. You know what I mean? Who've changed Crump for sure. But let's kind of dial this back and let's just kind of have some humility, and
Yes.
like warriors in the battlefield. Fuck yeah, bro. But I'm a gardener. You know what I'm saying? Inside my home, I am gentle. I don't need to flash my fucking ego everywhere. I'm a humble man. I work for a fucking living. I do podcasts. I'm me. You know what I mean? Warrior in the battlefield, though. You put me battling somebody, I'm gonna try to cut your throat. But after that, dude, I'm chilling, bro. Win, loss, draw, I don't care. Whatever. It's next. Give me the next person. Let's go.
Period. Period.
What's some things if Ryat was king for a day? What would be some things? What would be, let's say, two things that you would want to see happen in the Crump community?
One thing is people focus more on the positive.
Mm.
And I would like to see how it'd be if niggas had their pride and ego to the side.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it'd be a peaceful time in that Crumpers group page. I know that
guarantee
for a
that Crumpers page
fact.
probably be quiet for a bit, bro. That motherfucker might look like it's inactive. Are we here? We still here? Yeah.
I remember when they had the old, because this is the Crumpers page reloaded.
Reloaded. Yeah.
So I remember the first one. Oh my god, I remember.
Do
I
you
can't
remember the
remember.
Crump Kings one?
I wasn't a part of that.
Oh my god, yo, the Crump Kings one. The Crump Kings one was just as toxic, if not, bro. It was these people called the was it Exposure Fam? I think it was Exposure Fam. And it was like the TMZ, like they would just say all the shit that was happening, you know what I mean? But no one knew who they were. I think some of them might have been some of my littles, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, I think some probably might have been my littles, bro.
Oh my god. Dude, yeah, no, I always hear about like, oh, you guys think this is bad. You should have seen the KK forum. Like, dude,
No, it
there's
used to
no
be.
way,
Yeah,
bro.
it used to be like, yeah, like you know what's crazy? Matter of fact, it's just a repeated dumbass cycle, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That niggas need to get the fuck over. Cause
Mm-hmm.
the Crump Kings page, that forum was toxic. Cause like you had to click like the actual link of what it was. You know what I'm saying? And it goes into
Mm-hmm.
like the whole conversations of whatever replied. So it used to yo, people had like, cause you had to upload gifs on there. You can upload pictures of shit, like, and that's
Jesus.
when you gotta think like old sidekicks and shit like that. So yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, the KK forum was before my day. And so that, I mean, from me to you, it shows just kind of like your tenure, your season in Crump has been so long, man. And to me, I'm fresh. You know what I mean? I'm still, yeah, sure, I've been doing it for a few years, but I still feel like I'm so new to how a lot of this still goes down. The cycles. Like I've noticed the cycles already, but to know like, damn, these cycles have been happening for a long time. They've been going on for a while.
Too long, to be honest with you, like too long. Like I just feel like as us being leaders, even if no one really might follow you, but we are present, like the ones that are really present, know that our words are really hold weight,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you like when you know you're kind of doing something. A lot of these people know who they are. We all kind of know our power levels in this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel, I just feel like stop trying to put shit that happened 10, 15 years ago to be present because it doesn't fucking matter now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, move the fuck on. Like,
Like,
why are
dude,
we
there was
still having this
people.
conversation and lives about it to make people that are your newer followers follow that and start having a thought about certain things or people or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to
Mm-hmm.
be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like old like that's how shit keeps just recycling.
Mhm.
Because we keep
And
trying to bring up older shit to people that doesn't matter to
there's people
or
who
have nothing to.
there's people who weren't even fucking alive. You know, like you were saying, like these younger cats, you know, like Puda, shout out Val. Puda,
Food
you
that
know,
celebrity, bro.
there's
I'm a fan, man.
Baby Ruin. There's fucking Baby Street Beast.
Bam
You
Bam.
know, there's all these cats who they were not alive, not even a fucking thought when some of these beefs were going down, and now they're going to end up growing up and being like, oh, Uncle Riot said this, you know,
Or so and so
30
said
years ago.
this, yeah, about this person, and then when that person comes around for the first time, you already have an impression in your mind because of someone
Mhm.
you look up to. You know what I mean?
What is
So
it called? A preconceived notion. You have a
type shit.
preconceived notion of them. Yeah.
Yes. So then you kind of like, even though you have, then all of a sudden it's like they might do something, and it's like, yeah, you was right. You know what I mean? And it's like, but you didn't see the like what happened, what's behind all this stuff, or but then like it even goes into adding to like some people will come to the events, and I've seen it out here because obviously a lot of them are OGs are out here. Look, certain events though, I know niggas gonna pull up because we know
Mhm.
how it be, Lady McNiggies, you know. Um, and they're like, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. They say stuff like this, right? And for me, I'm like, where the fuck you been in 5 years? Because
Mhm.
that person you're saying it to is only a 3-year dancer and has no fucking idea who you are. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a disrespect. It's just you're not present.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when they get into the history lesson, then they'll probably hear about you, but they're learning right now. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? And it's like sometimes they're saying stuff and it's like you're talking to people that haven't seen you in so their whole crumb career.
Yeah.
And you talk about you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. And they're like, well, I came here because I liked Corpse or Rex or you know what I'm saying? Like not necessarily us. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I didn't even know who the heck you were. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I didn't even know you was OG. Like I'm no disrespect. And you know, you get those kind of vibes, like no disrespect. And it's like, no, then you get the mad OG out of somebody that genuinely didn't know.
Mhm.
It's not because of lack of knowledge, it's because they're very new.
Yeah.
They haven't got to the history lesson part of the class.
Well, and it's a weird and I'm glad I'm able to have this conversation with you because I hope that it kind of helps ease the mind of younger dancers because it's like there's this weird catch 22 where you hear the statement of you wouldn't be here without us. That's fair. But you're also insulted by the way that we keep up through social media. But if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't know who the fuck you were.
Hmm.
If it wasn't for DVDs, I would have no idea who the hell you were, bro. So there's this weird conflict between technology and the way that it's moved Crump in a certain
Eras.
direction.
Yeah, different eras. Like, because now, yeah, this is more like I don't have to really go anywhere. I can just literally just Zoom call you right now and get the whole lab up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And be in a whole other country.
Mm.
So yeah. And then I think that's where the lack of like the proper feeling is.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? Because you can learn everything, but I even say it to my littles, like I'd rather lab with you in person. I love labbing with them,
Mhm.
but it's like that feeling you get when you're actually like there. You know
In
what I
the
mean? It's
presence
different.
of it.
It's different. It's
Mhm.
different.
And
So I
I
think
had
that's what
somebody ask too is do you think that a history lesson brings more importance than trying to dance first? Like, would you rather break down the history and where everything came from first, or would you just rather them hop out there and just get busy with it?
I wouldn't necessarily just hop out there because then you might mentally defeat yourself before you even like give it an actual
Mhm.
try. You know, you go out there and no one hyping you up, like, who the fuck this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know how it is. It'd be like that in certain sessions.
Yeah.
Especially when you got
Crickets.
like especially when you got some OGs there. I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out the circle. Dead ass. And that can hit you like, damn, well, I was just trying it out and like, you know, and then It's kind of like different way. But I would say not necessarily have like a history lesson, but if you're gonna get into it, definitely tap into like learning the basics. And when you're learning them, understand why we do it, not just
Mhm.
stomping. And because people just go out there and go like, "Oh yeah, stomp, arm swing." Oof. But it's like, but they're not under,
Whoa.
you know what I'm saying? You always get a whoa. You're gonna get a whoa if someone tells you about some crumping. You're gonna get a whoa, even if it's one of these ones.
Ah.
Like you're gonna get a whoa, and then it's gonna be a stomp or something, and one of them arm swings,
Mhm.
you know.
Ah.
But just understanding the meaning behind it. But yeah, I would say like not necessarily like a history lesson, but you definitely got to hit the basics first. You definitely
Mhm.
got to go through a little basic training. You know what I'm
I
saying?
have
You gotta definitely hit the basic training first. Like when you first play a game and it's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to play it. And that first level just pretty much shows you how to use the buttons and stuff.
Mhm.
All right, jump, push this button.
Hold square, open
Hold,
treasure
yeah,
box.
yeah. And in these moments when you have to dodge, you got to push it at the exact time to get the perfect thing. So like
Mhm.
that's what I feel people got to go through. Go for that. Learn the buttons,
Mhm.
and then after that, it's kind of how you want to take it.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's how
Man,
I would say personally.
man, right, you're a dude, you're a fucking class. You're a class of conversation, bro. And, you know,
Appreciate it, man.
one thing, especially like with the smoking section and even Usual Tuesday, like I always try to make sure like the conversations are always genuine. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, even before we really got into it, it was like, hey, can I smoke on here? Like, it's like, bro, just be you, dog.
Yeah,
Like, that's
because
what
the
I
thing that
want to see.
I respect what people are doing though. You get me? Like I also have
Hmm.
respect for like I actually got love for you. You know what I mean? We know you know that. We talk, we
Hmm.
actually top it up a little bit sometimes here and there. Not as much actively, but I know what you're doing. I know you have a platform. You're starting a platform. That's why I was like, let me make sure like it's okay to smoke. You never know. You never know.
Oh,
You might not have smoking on there, and I'm up there like you're like, oh hey man, hey. Like
yeah.
like hold on, hey, we're gonna start over, but listen, like you know what I mean. So yeah, like no, just understanding, I guess, what I was getting into. That's kind of how I do.
Yeah, no, man, I am really thankful that it's like I know whenever I talk to Riot, I'm getting him. He's gonna be authentic. Him, just true to who he is, man. And I'm glad, dude. I'm so glad that Crump has people like you still left in it who come from the era of the fucking golden series, bro. Like all these DVDs and people we used to look up to, and still, revere with very high praise, man. And it's promising because dude, I was just in Cali with my son and shit, man, and he was dancing, and we had a little session at the hotel, and I was like, dude, I'm so glad, and that was one of the reasons too. I had reached out because I was going to go see him, and I was like, I'm glad that hopefully one day, that Riot might still be around. My son can meet him, and it's like, yeah, you can have like, son, you can have the same conversations with him that I had with him, and you're gonna feel the way that I felt, and it's good. Like this is good,
Yeah,
good
yeah,
here.
yeah. That's dope, man. And heck yeah, that's amazing. I'm happy. That's humbling, very humbling. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate that.
In all honesty, bro, and that's in complete 100% honesty, bro. I don't fucking gas. I don't gas nobody, bro. I keep this shit for real, 100%, 100%. But and looking out into Crump and in this new young generation coming up, who's like, let's say three people. Who's three people who's got your eye right now?
um, is it Baby Solo? Baby Solo.
Ooh, yes.
That boy get off like he paid bills at the house. Um, I think what is it? Is it his dance name is Bam Bam?
Oh yeah, Bam Bam. I think he's Baby Renegade.
Baby Renegade.
Yes, he's. Oh, so tight.
Sheesh. Him, and then hmm, could you throw Evo Ryu in there?
I would. I
Cause he
would.
is, yeah. I'll throw Evo Ryu in there. Like, and it's not in no particular order. You know what I mean? Those three definitely are kids that will kill a grown nigga off
I would
badly.
never ever battle any one of those three. Never. Fuck off. Go away.
No,
Get somebody
I
else.
no. And you know what? The one thing I've always kind of done my whole crumb career, I've never really like battled kids or like ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's not like a disrespect or nothing like that. It's just how I am. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, like I don't know, them kids, boy, I might have to pick one of them up and use them as a gun or something. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Oh
I'm giving
my
you a heads
god.
up. Hey, if you ever set me up, they're gonna be a gun or bazooka.
Yeah,
I'll
they
be
will get slammed like Joker did. They
no, no,
will
I'm
get
gonna put him.
slammed.
No, no, I'm gonna put him down respectfully, because I got a kid. I got a kid. I got a kid. You know, I love kids. Kids are the future. But I'm definitely gonna be like, pick him up, turn him into a gun or a bazooka,
Yeah,
and then
something, dude.
respectfully, yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
got to do
dude.
something dramatic battling kids, bro. You have to.
Yeah, because bro, they get so many brownie points, and that's the thing too. Like, especially with those three in particular, they kind of move past like getting the brownie points because they're little, they're cute, they're trying, and it's like,
No,
whoa,
now they get
dog.
that grown up hype. They getting that grown hype, but like
Yeah,
it's not when they're getting off, it's not like that, when the kids getting off, oh, kind of feeling.
oh, yeah,
Like, yeah, like a kid's getting off, like, nah, nah.
he's doing things.
He knows what he's doing while he's
Mhm.
doing these things. Like he understands everything, the
Mhm.
timing of them. Like, and it's trips me out because I'm very like feel oriented in dance. You know what I'm saying? Feelings,
Mhm.
understanding like the feeling or energy type thing that you create, and watching them be like, how do they understand this much?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're so innocent
Mhm.
because they'll go kill each other off, and then at the end of the event, go be hitting cartwheels and stuff outside and playing tag with each other, like
Yep.
pure, you
Yeah.
know? Oh, bro, it'd be tripping me out. It'd be tripping me out.
And I was talking to somebody about it too, was like, even in myself, I'm trying to return to like childlike behavior, and it was kind of matter of fact, I was talking about it with my son. It was like I want to dance like him where he does just what feels right and what's fun, and he's not worried about what looks cool or what ooh or an ahs, And I've always taught him we don't dance because people are watching. People are watching because we're dancing. There's a big difference there.
Difference.
So don't ever do it just so, oh, they're not watching me, so I don't want. No, 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 no. Fuck that. You're gonna dance. They'll watch. You're talented. You're
Yeah.
gifted. And so he always has this thing where it's like, Dad, I did good, huh? I did good. It's like, yeah, dude, you did fucking great,
That's that innocence, man. That's that pureness, man. That's like when I was in Australia last year, I threw an event, and my daughter's out there, obviously, if
Mhm.
nobody knows, she's in Melbourne. So I threw an event out there, and like it was a pretty big event. And my daughter already calls, introduces me. They're like people, her friends know me as like the famous dancer, like kind of thing. So like, I'm like a famous dancer, right?
Mhm.
And so the event's going on, and she's there with me, and then like she's seen it firsthand, and like she
Mhm.
dances a little bit with me, but I kid you not, she started wanting to dance. Like right after that event, she wanted to get off because she started seeing people taking pictures with me. Like I was signing their shirts and hats. She was like, "Daddy, why were they doing that?" And I was like, "You remember that?" Because she played. There's like they got like rugby and stuff out there. They got like a tiger team for the Tigers. And she has like autographs on there. And I was like, "Well, you see how you got that from that team? It's kind of what they do with Daddy." And she's like, kind of like, "Oh," so like now it's starting to makes like understand. You are like a famous dancer kind of thing. Like, oh,
Mhm.
I kid you not, that whole rest of the trip, every time, like, because I taught her how to skate, we'd go skating. I would come back in, we would laugh together. This is my first time ever laughing with my kid, bro.
Oh man.
Ever laughing with my kid, and she's genuinely just doing it. It's not like him come dance, like when you're like come dance, like dance, like so they can get that jitter out or whatever, or kind of get that like stage fright.
Mhm.
She's telling me let's dance.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, Daddy, let's dance. I was like, what? And this is like when I came back on that Battle of Antics. Why you think I was in such a bag? I was laughing with my daughter, nigga. Like what?
Put you on a
And I,
different level, huh?
and that innocence that you're talking about, like I'm getting movements from her. I'm
Mhm.
watching her. Some of my movements was from what she did, just because she's just doing it because she felt it.
Mhm.
And she kind of was getting off, like she used to do, like her character work was crazy. I gotta show you like a little clip, like, but she's like standing up on the bench and then like using it as a stage and kind of like
Ugh.
I'm like, look at my little nigga, man. You know, you a father, so you know that feeling, bro. My first time ever, and I'm telling you, bro, I'll never forget it. It filled me up in a different way. I was like, oh my gosh. So when you're saying like you laughing with your kid, bro, that feeling is what the greatest feeling ever, bro.
Yeah, man.
Praise to that, man.
It's different, you know. It's
What?
different, especially watching, you know, you watch other kids, you know, and then you get to do it with your kid, and there's just nothing that compares, you know, to watch the children have fun doing something that we love doing. And then when it's our kid, it's like, yo, this passed, you know, a piece of me passed into you, and this is sick as fuck,
Right.
man.
Like what? Like she's doing like expressions like me, like, and like because I'm very I'm like I analyze everything type shit, so I'm very like, oh my, just watching, like I'm watching and I'm like, look at this, like she's, you know what I mean? She's, because when I teach out there, I teach classes and stuff, and I'm out there, I'm usually teaching like every week, and she's teaching right next to me. You know what I'm saying? She's in there.
Mhm.
Sometimes she'll come back from the class because I'm like, you gotta be fierce, you know, giving that. She comes back, you gotta be fierce, daddy. You gotta be like, she like mocking me and stuff. But like she's doing some of the stuff, you know what I mean? Like she's applying. I'm like, oh, she really is kind of like as well teaching with me, but she's also like doing it with her. Like
Mhm.
she tells me now her and her friends be on video call dancing with each other.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so you kind of copying daddy doing his video calls with his little homies. She goes, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like that, you know? I was like, I love it. I love it.
It's insane how much they watch, huh? Just watch. They're watching us.
Always.
How old is she?
Always. She's 8, about to be 9.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Babies, man. Babies, babies,
Bro.
babies, babies.
That's my everything. Like I got like I could try to show. I got so much stuff like with her on it. I got like pillows. I got like blankets. Like bro,
Mhm.
she's my everything. Socks. Like when I battle, I got like socks I wear. Like I got my outfit right.
Mhm.
I always wear socks with her picture on them too.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I always can stay grounded. That's how I feel.
Yeah, because dude, I mean, even me being on the road these last few years, um, I would think about you a lot. I
Mm,
would think, and it's like, you know, and I got other buddies who kind of, you know, going through the similar life, and it's like, damn, man, like this is, you know, it makes time spent with them so much different, you know.
you gotta cherish that, bro.
Bro, this morning I picked
Yeah.
a 'cause I had to fly out of LAX at 7:55 AM.
Mm,
So, I was picking my little boy up out the bed at 5 AM, loaded him in the car, and, you know, we're driving to LAX, and it's just like, "Fuck, man, like, this never gets easier. Like,
it
this
doesn't, bro.
never gets easier."
At all, bro. I break down. I
Mhm.
break the fuck down, bro. Because
Mhm.
when I'm with her, I'm actually Jordan. For real.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, that's the only time I feel I'm Jordan.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, his birthday was in December, and, me and his mom has been split up for about 4 years now.
Mm,
And, you know, me and her, we went through our rough phase, you know, and then she was like, "Hey, let's take him to Disney. He wants to go to Disney." I was like, "Okay, I'll send you some money. Just take him to Disney." She goes, "Well, he's asking if you'll go with us." And I was like, "Oh, fuck. Sure." I was like, "Sure, whatever he wants. It's his birthday." And, you know, we had a fucking blast, bro. And I remember I left and she texted me. She's like, "Hey, thank you. Like, I'm thankful that we're able to get to this point." And I told her, I was like, "This was the first time I've felt like me, like Putch, me, like normal, like, you know, being around you, being around him at the same time. Like, and this ain't even no lovey dovey.
it's a
Like I just
fact,
felt
bro.
like me, fam. Like I ain't got a call to see, like, hey, can I talk to him? Or
Not even looking at the phone, bro.
Fuck the
Not
phone.
even,
I could have thrown it off the top of the roller coaster. Fuck,
bro,
I'm at where I need to be. And so
bro.
yeah, dude. Feel like Jordan? Yeah, I felt like me,
What?
man.
Man, I'm telling you, like, because like, yeah, me and her mom, like, she ain't never seen like me argue with her, like, ever. And I made sure that, like, if we got into an argument, I'm like, no, chill, chill. We'll talk about it later. Like save that because I don't want my daughter to ever to see that shit, especially from me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So at least she'll understand that. And then, but yeah, like stuff like that. Like we'll go like places, and then when I go out with her mom, going, maybe go to an amusement park. That feeling, I get that, bro. It's like shit,
Feel normal.
shit, bruh. What?
Yeah, feel
Crazy.
normal. And it's a hectic life. You know, a lot of people
Mhm.
don't. And I
Get it.
think too, for me, like going to Crump, it is my escape from these normal, and it's kind of how I can feel close to him when he's not around.
Mm.
So then when these weird conversations come up, I'm like, dog, no, please, no, please, no, no, no,
Please
no.
not. I'm not trying to go there. I'm not even trying to have energy in it. Like, and now that I'm hearing it or even seeing it, it's like now I feel I have energy on it. Like it's like I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want that. There's other things that I'm trying to let off. You know.
I think if I could, if you know, and I like to ask people, like especially crumpers, like, if you were king for a day, or if you can make two rules, and one thing is like, dude, let's just breathe more
Mm,
life into the
mm,
situations. Sure, like I don't want to act like hunky dory, like people have issues, we get into disagreements, and that's okay, but let's breathe life into it. Like, how can we reconcile this? Like, come on, come on, guys. We don't need to walk away from the session being so fucked off or so been out of shape that now your fam and your fam don't even see eye to eye, and those 15 people don't even know these 10 people, or this dude might be roommates with this dude, or they might be cousins or
mm.
friends or neighbors or whatever the fuck. Like, why are we doing this? Let's breathe life into these situations, because there's people like
Yeah.
me, you, and a list of other dudes who we're already away from our family. We're doing the best we can to see them, provide for them, and be examples for them. And I don't need it. Like, I just don't need it. Don't need
At
it. Don't
all,
even want my eyeballs on it.
bruh. That's how I be feeling. I'll be like if people kind of like piggybacking on what you're saying, if people kind of just like understood how to communicate better, um, and not even just communicate. I'm talking about as far as even when you get into these confrontations, like everyone just wants to be heard, type thing. But like it's okay to like say if me and you went into a confrontation and then disagreed, like as long as each person is hearing each other out at least and understanding what's being said, doesn't mean I have to agree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm still hearing you, most people just be like, yeah, 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 but not even hearing, or like reciprocating what's being said. I still might have to stand on my beliefs. It could be something you really believe in. So like you want to stand strong on you, but still understanding. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To where it's like we still understand who's being what. That makes that whole tension be less a lot less friction. You know what I mean? Because now we actually kind of understand now. Even though you don't agree, it's like, man, that nigga might now you just think this instead of being like, I want to fight him, you just be like, man, that nigga just think weird, bro.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like communicating in those type of situations and understanding even in confrontation, it's okay to understand what's being said to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have to agree to what's being said to you,
Exactly.
but still just understand what's being said.
And again, returning to like those childlike behaviors, like, you put you put 5 kids out on a fucking playground, there's always an oddball out.
Mm-hmm.
But they play the whole fucking time. They figure it out. They have
Mm-hmm.
their own little discussions and their own little baby debates, but they figure it out, and they play and they have a good time. You and us as parents, we could watch them sit there and bicker, but the moment we pull them, be like, "Hey, we're going home." No, I want to play with my friends.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
friends. My
But I
friends.
want to stay 5 more minutes.
Yeah,
Like we're
Dad,
having
5 more.
fun. We're having fun. Like, weren't you just like in your head? You're like, weren't you just fighting with them? Like, weren't you just disagreeing? Like, but oh my gosh.
My son
It's
would go,
it
5 more minutes, 2 more minutes, 2 more minutes, Dad. Like, no, baby, you can't even fucking
holding that
count,
one up.
dude.
That's the funniest part, though. 2 more minutes,
2 more, Dad. 2 more.
okay? Yeah, that's the kill off right there.
That's when I'm like,
It's
all
good.
right, dude. All right, all right, all right.
You know
Two
what, bro?
more.
It's good to have these kind of conversations because not much people understand this type of situation, that distance. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
one thing, like it doesn't get to me, but I'll just be like, how people be like, I understand, right? I understand. And in my head, I'd be like, bro, you do not fucking understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'd be like, but I take it in, like, thank you, because I know they're genuinely trying to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm taking whatever's being said, but it's like, no, you can drive to your kid.
Yeah.
I can't. That's a 15-hour flight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever, it's a 15-hour flight. And that flight is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I dropped a hefty little penny bag to see my son.
I'm letting
Yeah.
you know, bro. Every time I go there, I'm paying for my flight and an Airbnb, and I'm staying out there for 3 to 4 months. And I'm not
Ooh.
going to talk numbers, but you can get it because you're in the same type of vibe. So, and I'm flying to Australia,
Yeah.
Melbourne. Yeah.
Anybody want to just a rough guesstimate? Just look at a fucking flight from LAX to Australia, and then we'll talk about if you get it.
And then book an Airbnb
Yeah.
for 4 months as well.
The
On top
food,
of
the gas, all the
oh,
shit.
and I'm spoiling her. We're going to get her nails done every week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm letting you know. I'm giving her those like what, making sure she knows these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't raise her how to be a woman. I can definitely show her how to be respected by a king. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
yeah,
I don't talk about it a lot. But I have a daughter. And she's 2. And it happened on a wild night. Wild night shit happened, and then
it's
she
meant to
was
be.
1 when I found out about her. And then I've went through the slow process of, getting my visitations and this and that, and trying to work through it. And hearing you say that, bro, was everything to me, because I go through that battle. Like I don't get to hold her, I don't get to kiss on her and tell her I love her and this and that. And so the moments I am with her, it's like I'm there 100. Like I
But
can't get to
it's
raise you the way I
everything.
want to.
It's everything. You're gonna understand
Yeah.
that how a king should be because even when she sees me like with her mom, like I'm respectful like as heck. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I
Mm-hmm.
can hear her mom like in the background going through it. Hey princess, make sure you give your mom love and hug, okay, from daddy, okay? Like
Mm-hmm.
she married, got another kid with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's still like what? She gave me the best thing in this fucking world, bro.
Mm-hmm. Gotta respect that. You
So that's
got
what
to respect
what?
it.
Till this to this day. To this day. Nah,
Yeah, even when
forever.
I
I forever
FaceTime
will.
her, her mom will call me and be like, I need you to talk to her because she's tripping. And the first thing's, why aren't we loving mommy? You need to love mommy. You need to listen to
Oh,
mommy.
listen.
And me and her mom have zero relation, you know what I mean? Zero relationship, but it's still like those are my moments where I get to be dad, and be like, hey, you need to respect her. You need to this and that.
And
So
you know
that's
what's
like that
crazy? You know
fatherly.
what's crazy? Every time they get mad or upset at the child, they always hit us up. That's one thing that be happening because my daughter will get something, and then my daughter will call me, and then she'll move to because me and my daughter FaceTime all the time. We FaceTime every day. You know what I'm saying? I damn near stay up to because the time difference is a 15-hour time difference. So I damn near stay up to like 1 or 2. That's when my daughter calls me because it's like 8 o'clock her time.
Mm-hmm.
Or gaming, whatever. But so she'll probably move it to the side, and her mom's there. Hey Jay, so I like it. She'll start telling, and my daughter starts getting in that like, because she knows
Mm-hmm.
like when I've never put my hands on my daughter. I never like
Mm-hmm.
spanked her, another. But she know when it's that time, and I get upset at her. Oh, she don't like it. When daddy's mad, she don't want that. She can deal
Mm-mm.
with mommy mad, but when daddy mad, she get. I'm talking about she. I said, "Oh my princess, hold up." But what I've been teaching her lately now, though, is to help communicate her feelings and how she's feeling. So I'd be like, I've been way more of a calmer approach now that she's getting older. So I've been more like, because now she's like 8 or 9, she really talking to me. Like, so I break it down a little bit more. Princess, hold up. You already crying? Relax. No one's yelling. Daddy even didn't raise his voice. I hadn't even got mad. da 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 da. Kind of like break it down a little bit more. And I was like, your mom's just explaining the situation. Calm down. But I want to hear
Mhm.
you out. And then her mom might say something like, hold on, Lulu. Like, let me hear her, please. You know what I'm saying? And stuff
Mhm.
like that. So now, like, she still obviously gets into like her trouble, but now she's being able to communicate her feelings and or be able to understand to communicate her feelings in situations. That's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to teach her.
Yeah, there was a thing I saw here recently, super recently, and before I was trying to make sure that like when I'm getting on my son's head, I get down on one knee and I try to get like underneath his eyes so he
Yeah,
can kind of seem like he's over me.
yeah.
And I'll speak to him and try to speak to him softly.
That's a
You know what I
big
mean?
thing, bro.
Yeah,
That
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 position, just the
level. No, no, no,
position.
the level because kids are always looking up to you. That's why it's less intimidating looking up to something.
Yeah,
It's a big thing,
and so
bro.
it's like how am I speaking? Like, am I coming from a place where am I loud with him right now? Am I just how strong do I need to be with him right now, and trying to recognize that and what the situation calls for. You know what
Mm,
I mean? Like, what does the situation call for? Is he just not listening? Then that calls for a certain situation. If he's bullying a little kid on the playground, that calls for a different tone. And I
yeah.
need to recognize not every situation calls for similar tones. And there was something I seen from Des Bryant where he was talking about like stop yelling at your kids first thing in the morning, expecting them to have a good day, and
Man,
then stop yelling at your kids before they go to sleep and wonder why they didn't rest well. Like, learn how to speak to your kids, learn how to
come
speak
on
to
now.
them.
Come on now.
Come on, Des Bryant. Hey, bro, I don't even fuck
Man.
with the Cowboys, but Des Bryant, I fuck with that boy.
I fuck with real
I
shit. That's
fuck
where
with
it's
that
at.
heavy.
That's where the line goes to. I fuck with real shit. You know what I
Yeah, that's
mean?
where I draw the
I might
line.
not
That's
fuck
what I
with
draw
that
the
stuff, but that was real. So you got a plus for me on that,
Yeah, and again, just like I was saying earlier, man, like just breathe in life, speak life into these
man.
things, and especially our children. They're the future.
Especially your children. That is mini you. That is mini
Golly.
you. But what? My little girl be tripping me out. Now
Oh,
that she's trying to be like, the more she's starting to find herself, she started putting on a little makeup. I had like that moment, like oh shit, like don't put the makeup. But I'm like, she's a girl, she don't do makeup. But I'm like, but she did it good. She did it like proper. Like it was her
oh
first
no.
time doing it. So I was like, you be watching your mom? She goes, yeah. I was like, okay. But she did it good, and I was like, "Oh my god, my girl's becoming like my little girl's growing up." Like, no, not like no. But I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love that she's this little woman that she's becoming. But I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, she's gonna have an accent. She got the Aussie accent.
Oh man. Oh man. Do you think being a dad to a daughter's changed the way you've wanted to be a man?
Oh, in every way.
Yeah.
I've already had a high respect for women because I was pretty much like raised by moms. I would still see pops, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I've been with my moms most of the time type shit. Um, so, and then like when I got kicked out, I was living with my auntie, my grandma on this is my dad's side, and then my two girl cousins. So like I was always around like kind of with them. So I had like, they put me up on game kind of thing, like just hearing the conversations, like boyfriends on the other end of a relationship. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So that kind of gave me a lot of understanding on that. Like, and I'm already like a person that's like, okay, I'm learning now. I'm like that. So young age of that. So and then now having a daughter, yeah, for sure, it changed it. It just added to that. Like it was already
Mhm.
like a high, but then with her, it was just like, like it's an ultra instinct type shit. No, actually, probably more ultra ego because it's my daughter, so I'll take damage for her.
Yeah, man, and like, dude, and what's funny is the podcast, bro. I get emails and DMs all the time, and the funniest one that I've gotten is that I hate women. So that has been the fucking funniest thing because it's like I don't. Yeah, I want my woman to be stay at home with the kids, bro. Like, let me go work. You know what I mean? And if we need the money, and then we'll talk about you working, but let me take care of that. No, I don't want my daughter in the military. I would hate. I don't
Yeah,
want my son in the fucking military. So what
yeah,
makes you think I want my daughter in the military?
man.
So people take that, and they run with it. Again, it's like they don't get further enough into the conversation to hear it's like, yo, I grew up around
This is
single
where he grew
moms.
up. Yeah, and he grew up around this, and we're not trying to repeat the cycle, or
Dude, my
type
dad
shit.
was a piece of shit to my mom. Good dad. Good fucking dad. Bad husband, you know? And so it's like for me, I don't want to see my daughter or my sisters or anybody's daughter or anybody's sisters go through hardships and go through a life where they're getting dragged through the fucking mud. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah. And especially, after I realized, like, damn, I have a daughter in this world. I've missed so many opportunities and chances to be around her. I want her to live a soft life. I don't want her to live a hard life. I don't want her to ever have to, you know, feel masculine. I don't want her to ever have to feel like she needs to be masculine to survive in this world. Like, be strong, be a strong woman and independent in so many ways. But no, I want you to live a soft life, baby. I don't want you to ever
Mhm.
have to go through what daddy went through. So I don't want you to live a life like a
Be
man lives
that
a life.
princess to a queen kind of vibe, like for real.
Hey, but bro, people take that like I hate women and I'm
Nah,
sexist. It's like, well, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. If that's what sexist is, 100%, baby.
nah, that's not
100
even
fucking
that's not
percent.
even in the even near it. Like,
Yeah, bro. That's why you'll the more you do the podcast and stuff, bro,
oh
you'll
no,
get
I
your
know,
own
I know,
haters.
I know it's gonna be, I know how it's gonna be, but the thing is, it's like it's guess who's been through that already? I've been through that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my old crump deep YouTube videos. That
Oh,
nigga, he's on drugs. Woo 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 woo. Da 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 da.
mm-hmm.
The demon. Blah. I've gotten some crazies to the point where I'm on my on my YouTube page about to be like, let me talk back, but I'm like, nah, don't even give that shit energy. That's
I
just how
play
it
into
is.
it.
It comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. It
Yeah.
comes with the territory.
I lean into it, man, and I make jokes out of it because it's like the people who know me know. The people who know me know. They know what it does not being around my daughter. They know how I look up to my mom. They know how much I
Yeah.
respect my sisters. And just the women in my life. They know. So
That
those
what
who
it
know know.
does. What it does when I'm not with their head, boy. I'm trying to tell you, they don't know.
They don't
Whew,
know, man. They don't know. They don't know. It's a tough life, bro. And
man.
again, another one of the reasons, bro, why like I respect the fuck out of you because I've seen some of the posts and stuff that you made, like going around her and stuff, and it's like you wear it well. You wear the hardship. You wear that because I know that feeling, and I would have never known it. I would have never known that any of that was going on in your life until you spoke of it. So I'm like, damn, he carries it and he wears it well. Like he wears it well.
There's so much that literally within those how the last 2 years, how I was giving you like the breakdown on like my journey kind of thing recently, like these past 3 years, like I lost my dad as well. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? I lost my grandma, and like that's my dad's necklace. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Like I used to wear a couple other ones, but like, nah, I'm just gonna wear this one now. You know what I mean? Like that's why
mhm,
I feel I dance with like he's closer now. When I dance, that's why I
mhm,
be wearing it. Um, and I changed my face paint up a little bit too, because when I was in India, I got called like my literally starting my day. My mom called me crying. Grandma died. I was like, I had to judge the whole event, do my judge demo as well. You know what I'm saying? And then within those years, I lost my dog, Ruth. Like my dog I raised from a puppy. Like he used to come to the Crump sessions. Like Crumpers know him. Crumpers know Ruth. You know what I'm saying? Like people that don't
mhm,
like dogs like Ruth type shit.
mhm,
Lost him. But I went through a lot of that. But like all this was happened. Like when I lost my dad, the next day I had a battle with bad news at the peace camp.
mhm,
I still wound up going. People like Beast was like, you don't gotta go. And I was like, but news kept having people back out battles on him. I'm going to pull up so he doesn't have another person back out on him. He's like, no, but you
mhm,
have like an actual excuse. I was like, yeah. I was kind of like, but Pops probably wouldn't want me to sit there and be at home.
mhm,
He want me to dance. And I was like, And then obviously, like I feel when I get off still to this day, I tap into like a spirit realm sometimes, like of an energy. Um, so I'll be feeling like I was like I'll talk to him then in this battle.
Mhm.
I'll talk to him, and yeah, that was crazy. And then yeah, and then on my judge demo with when I was in India when that happened, I'll tell you a story that was crazy. So yeah, my paint's different. You know, how I got the lines now. I got like it looks like it's bleeding too here, like this.
Mhm.
Like, cause like if I was crying and my paint was you know,
Bleeding down.
yeah. So that's how it looks now. Um, cause I had I've been having a lot of loss, friends, not even just like yeah, family. But I took off like my shirt and I put on my other shirt, but I threw my shirt into the crowd, but I threw it up like that, like threw it up, and it got stuck on the roof. Yeah. And the guy, it was crazy. The guy on the mic, cause I told it was the host of the event. I told him kind of like what happened. He's like, "Yo, grandma's here. You see, she caught it." And I
Yep.
was just like, like I'm in the middle of the like judge showcase, like, shit, that's so crazy. Just yeah, but just pushing through. Like I hope that people start like seeing that, like you still gotta always prove yourself to yourself.
Mhm.
You know, like push through. Like you believe in yourself. I put my name on something, I'm gonna stay true to it. You know, in any type of thing. And then if it's like unless it's something like with my daughter or myself, actually, I'll be there in the best like type shit after. Like if like something happened, like the day of, I'm a professional as hell, but boy, certain shit. I don't know about my mom's though. Something happened to mom's though, I might lose my mind.
Yeah.
I
Oh
might
no.
lose my mind.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like it's hard losing life pillars. Your life pillars.
Yeah.
I already lost one. That shit was hard.
Yeah, I think that was the first. It was around the same time I think I reached out to you about doing the podcast the first time.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I lost my pops in 2016, and then almost a year to the day later, I became a dad. And so there was just so much shit, bro, trying to deal with it and figuring it out. And like, oh my God, like, yeah, losing this life pillar, this person who you could always go to. And all, I mean,
Oh
this is
man. I
an
mean, bro, like there's music, like, cause I do, I do music. Um,
mhm.
there's like it was crazy because I, I feel people know when they're about to pass. Yeah. So my dad called and was like, "I want to come see you. I'm coming to see you this week or this weekend. Like I'm just gonna come. Like I'm coming, you know." And he stayed like in San Diego area. Um, so he took the train. I picked him up from the train station, and we hung out. And I started showing him, like my new music. Um, we chilled. I was showing him like like video games because he loved like basketball, he loved sports. So I'm showing him how the new 2K look. Like that shit
Ooh.
real, So like vibing with pops, and then my daughter FaceTimed me. My daughter finally got to see my dad.
Oh
You know what I'm
wow.
saying? So they got to talk a little bit. She got to see pops. Blah 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 blah. Because she hasn't seen him in a while. Well, at least he's seen her. She hasn't seen him. You know what I mean? Because she's
Mhm.
seen her when she was little. Baby. Um, so he got to see her, and then like I recorded a song. It's a song called Mercy, and then with him there, and then I wrote another song, but I just did the hook, and like I started getting back into my music again lately. But it's been and I'm being honest, it's been so hard to get to finish that track still because it was like last time I was doing it was with Pops, and it was crazy because after that, after he left that day, a couple of days later, he passed away. Yeah, it was just like he like in my head it was like, did he know? You know what I'm saying? He was just saying like he hung out, let me just hang out with my son one more time. Like I just feel like I don't know, like did he know? Type shit. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and there's like these weird connections too that we make like that. Like, like this song. Like the song, there was like a couple things of my dad's that he had that went unfinished.
Hmm.
And once it came into my possession, it was like, I worked on it or whatever. but it was always hard for me to finish it because it's like,
What?
ooh,
Like, I don't know.
like would he even approve of me finishing this thing? Like, and if I do finish it, does a piece of him finish with it too? Like, I don't like this is it's always
no,
a
more
strange
lives.
thing.
It lives on because it's music. That's gonna be
Yeah.
forever. You
Yeah.
know, and that's kind of what I'm thinking as well too. Like, it's been hard, but it's like, man, like, yeah, but it's timing. It's timing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Shit doesn't get easier.
Yeah, and
You just
now,
learn to embrace it.
dude, and now, traveling and doing podcasts. I mean, dude, my dad used to listen to fucking Rush Limbaugh on the fucking, AM radio for all the
Yeah,
young
yeah,
people out
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
AM fucking radio. And I think that's kind of where like my beginning love for this type of stuff started was hearing these dudes talk about politics and the market and
Just a
traffic
little bit
and
about everything. A little bit
little
about
little bit
everything.
about everything,
Yeah,
and I would sit, as a little boy, sit and be like, "Dad, what does Democrat mean?" Or, "Oh, Dad, what does this mean?" Or what is and we would have our conversations and even at a young age, all the way up until I was older, to the time he passed, it was always these debates and questioning this and questioning that, or why are they doing this, Pop? Or oh, do you really believe that? And we'd go back and forth and just have these long, drawn out conversations. And I think, now with these podcasts is a part of him still being there with me,
man,
and
he closer than ever, bro. More
oh,
closer than ever.
I hope so.
Nah,
I fucking
straight
hope
up,
so.
straight up, more closer than ever, bro.
Yeah.
Just know that
And likewise, bro. Likewise,
for real.
because that is something I understand. I understand what that feels like. And, you go through those days where you can't, like, you try to think of what they sound like and you can't quite hear it. And
Yeah,
there's other days where it's loud. It's fucking like you can just hear them laughing like they're sitting right beside you.
yeah,
Bro, recently I was cruising through my old neighborhood and there was a yard sale, bro. So I pulled over just to kind of see because I like trying to find like old sports cards or like Pokemon cards for my son. That's something kind of me and him do together. Bro, and they had his cologne, dog. They had his fucking cologne. And I was like, oh my God. And I texted my sister. I was like, hey, they got my dad's cologne here. Should I buy it? And before she could reply, dude, I took a fat whiff and I was like, all right, that's enough. Like I can
yeah,
hear him. I could hear him yelling at me to get up out the bed. I got to go to school. Get up. Like I could hear it. I could smell him walking through the kitchen, whistling like how we used to, And I remember back then too, like even those thoughts of him would just like make me tear up or choke up. Like the first year he had passed, I couldn't even say it. I couldn't. Those words couldn't even come out my mouth. And now it's like it's easy for me to speak about it. It's not even like being at peace. It's just like I know
Nah, it's
he's around.
easier. It's like what people tell me, like, how did because they're like, how'd you went the next day and battle news? I was just like, well, I'll just push through.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I pushed through because I know because if a lot of people don't know, like, so when I battled Miho, I was supposed to battle Hitman before, right? At that one, like a month before that, I kind of just got out of depression when I was in depression for like 3 years, like
Hmm.
COVID time and a little bit before COVID time, but kind of going into COVID time because I hadn't seen my daughter. That shit was fucking me up, stuff like
It was
that.
rough.
And traveling is a lot of my work. That was that was not happening. So going through that, but um, going through that, what was I getting to? um, Getting through that journey. Oh yeah, because I'm kind of adding on to like the losses, right?
Hmm.
That's why like my mind's mentally trying to get me away. Like, don't go there, you're gonna get. But
I know. I
so
wanted to
in
let
this,
his work do it. I was like,
yeah,
oh
yeah. So in this journey, like of me getting out of depression, my grandma helped me get out of depression.
no.
And what she told me was because like I went up there because I'm just going through shit. I'm just doing random shit. So I'd go help my grandma out. She got like fruit plants outside in her backyard, and I'm talking about lemons like this big, like big old fruits in there. I'm talking about proper fruits out there. You know what I mean?
Some proper fruit. Yeah.
Proper fruits, but she's obviously older. She can't get them, so like I'd always go help her out get those down. But like I'm just chilling there, and she calls me Jordy. She's like, Jordy, how you doing? And I'm like, well, I'm good, Grandma. She goes, no, you're not. And I'm like, no, I am, Grandma. She goes, no, I know, Jordy. You're not.
Mhm.
And then she's like, you don't gotta tell me nothing, you know. But whatever it is, embrace it.
Mhm.
Give it an hour of the day. Cry, let it out. Beat up a pillow, scream into a pillow. Whatever it is you do to let it out, but give it an actual hour. It's gonna come up throughout the day, but it won't be as heavy when it comes out throughout the day. So I started doing that for like a couple of months. I started feeling like me again. Crazy.
Mhm.
That's why I started taking those battles. Like, let me motivate myself. I need to do hot top tier stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Hitman one didn't happen. I was like, man, it made me want to almost tap back in. Like, ah. And then going into that, the Miho battle came up and gave me more motivation. All right, let's keep going. You know, I'm not going to do that. So doing that, embracing it, learn to embrace that, going into that, pops past. I was so afraid to fall back into that dark place.
Mhm.
That was what I was so afraid of. So I was just like, I'm doing everything I can not to. I'm battling the next day. No, I'm coming because if I don't, I'm going to stay in this fucking room and not fucking leave.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know that route. I just came out of it. You know what I mean? I remember that hole. I'm not trying to go. So it was just like, and like I embraced it that day, got off. When I got home, bro, I was just like, just let that shit out. But
Yeah.
then coming along, it was just like losing grandma, uh, while I was in India and not being able to like be present, to like be there or anything,
Mhm.
like fucked me up, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, I can't even be there for the person that got me out of my darkest place in my life.
Yeah.
So that was like fucking with me, and I'm doing that, but it was just like, no, no, she told me to embrace it, da da da. And she like, no, you know, she's more closer now, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, all right. But yeah, just learning to embrace it. That's kind of like, I guess, kind of what the bigger thing is, or what I was going to, just learning to embrace that of everything for what it is, you know, like
Mhm.
some like a something you can't control or make happen or not do or whatever. It's how life is, you know. You just gotta embrace for it for what it is. That's why like how I've been lately with a lot of stuff, like good, bad. Like I was saying, good, bad, up, down. That's why it's been like, if people want to know how I get through that shit, I embrace everything for whatever the fuck it is, you know,
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
and give it its time. I don't run away from it. I don't use smoking. I don't smoke more just to get away. No, I don't like. No, I embrace it. I don't. I
Mhm.
don't try to like. Oh, I'm gonna get lit and forget it. Because guess what? You still got to come back to it. You know.
Yeah. It's gonna be there waiting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Don't
there
let that motherfucker pile up to where it fall on you.
oh, dude,
Cause that's because that's when you like, oh, and you start snapping on everybody you love, damn near.
yeah. Oh my god, bro. I bled over so many people because of the open wounds that thought I could just stick a fucking band-aid on. And you
Yeah,
bleed on the people around you. You bleed on your children. You bleed on your work. All
man.
everything will just get
I
soaked
couldn't
in it.
be present for my daughter, like, but obviously when she called, I was like better. Like I'd put that like, hey, so she would never see that. But boy, inside I was dying, bro. Hair started
Mhm.
thinning, all type of shit, losing more weight. I'm already skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like, like for real, like you're losing weight, nigga. You ain't got no weight to lose. Like what the type shit, you know? Um,
I won't lie, bro. I won't lie. When we were on that podcast the first time to now, you look worlds different.
oh yeah,
You look
oh yeah,
worlds different, bro. I could tell when I seen your face come up on that screen. I was like, my man is fucking going through it, man. Like,
bro,
god damn.
bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't me, bro, at all. Like type shit. Like I'm doing just like ignorant ass shit, easy
Mhm.
money moves, not even creating like how I should be creating. I got everything in this room right here. This is my creating room. I just added
Mhm.
the lights like yesterday. Yesterday.
I like it
Um,
too, the red.
yeah, no, but look, they can switch. I can switch the colors. I just put it to red. You know me, I'm red. You feel me? I can
Mhm.
switch the colors. Where my remote at? Where my remote at? You get another tone. Give him another tone, DJ. I don't even know where my remote at. It said, no, you staying red. That's what that's telling me. Uh, but yeah, I just wasn't myself, man. I had like a issue with a crumper bullet head,
Mhm.
and I don't even remember the issue. But I definitely had said some, but I even held myself accountable. I'm like, bro, I'm apologizing to you because you're coming at me and you're talking to me. I don't even remember a lot of stuff I did then. You know what I'm saying? I was up there turning up, running away from shit,
Mhm.
and we know what that results to type shit. So I'm like, what? I said that to you? I'm like, that doesn't even sound like something I would say type
Mm.
shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, whoa. And I even went to like, well, I said, I'm looking at you in my heart. I don't even know what I said, but I'm still going to apologize for what I said because I don't even know where I was at. I don't even like that person. I don't even remember that person. I'll never go back to that person. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I was in a dark place, bro. Like what? Doing ignorant shit.
Mhm.
And I've always been the one that's like the grounded one you go to when you're like, you need to be like, should I do it or not? You know what I'm saying? Or what should I do? Or is this the truth? Because you're gonna get the honest from me.
Mhm.
Now I'm the one that's like being a rebel, and they're stopping me. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, when I was the one that was having to be tamed and calm down, I knew it was I was something is wrong because I'm the one that's usually calming the people down, and it takes a lot for me to actually get to that stage or point of like anger or I want to be like ah, like blacked out. Like it takes a lot. I'm very
Mhm.
mentally stable. I just be like breathe or like. But I'm the one that needs to be calmed down. I was like yes, we're going down.
Yeah, man. That's how you know fuckery's afoot. There's
Yeah.
fuckery afoot when the dudes who are
Hmm.
calm, cool, and collected, they're starting to act out of pocket. That's when
Yeah.
it's like, all right, guys, we need to assess what the fuck is really going on here because this person's never this way. They just like, yeah, they're the ones that we go to when we need level headed choices made.
And they're the ones acting out. Like, what's going on here? That was not it. I
Yes.
kid you not. I even said on this motherfucker podcast, like, Bullethead, I'm sorry for all that. Like, I don't even know type shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
cause me being me, I hold myself accountable. Hold anyone accountable to what? But like, I hold myself accountable to who I am as a person. And I'm like, what? Like, I remember some ignorant shit like that. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to even really think about it, and it can't even register. I'm like, bro, I was lost. Like it made me even look at myself like, like who the fuck was you, bro? Like even you said like I'm looking, it's like I'm going through it. That shit's not
Yeah.
even when you look it. You know what I mean? That's when
Yeah.
it's hidden. And
Yeah.
and it got to the point where like, cause I'm not usually the one that really reach out too much, cause I usually like to figure it out first. I sometimes I used to put myself in situations so I can learn. You know what I mean? Type
Mhm.
shit. Younger me. Me now, I'm just like, nah, I know what's up. I feel. Still learning though. But I'm reaching out and it's like people that live like 5, 10 minutes away. And it's like, bruh, what? Like
For
help. Like, you know what
real.
I mean? I'm not really saying like I'm telling you to pull up. I just want to chop it up. I just need somebody to pull. And people from overseas were checking up on me more than people that I called my brothers.
Mm.
I think my circle kind of changed.
Mhm. Mm.
I only go with reciprocation here,
Yeah.
accountability, realism. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's how I've been molding. Still will love my peoples. Still, you know what I mean. Be there for them. But I
Yeah.
know it's not fully there on this end. Some like, especially when I seen it in my dark moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, there's like, and I'm a Freemason, and there's something about, like people always see like square and compass and all this shit, but there's so many other things that they teach us. And then, like one of the things is like being on the square, and being level with people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I notice when people aren't on their square or they're
Yeah,
not being level with me. And so it's like if I can't get this level or if I can't get square with you, dog, that means this whole relationship needs to be torn down and rebuilt. Because
facts.
I'm tired of cutting people off, or just not having anything to do with them. I'd rather try, and keep trying, but where I'm going to put my time at, like serious dedicated time, is where it's reciprocated, where I can tell, like, hey man, they're putting in the same effort to try to be level with me,
Yeah,
because this shit can be like this, but they're trying to get it here. And if I can
yeah,
see it and you're being square with me, bro, then I'm gonna work at this too, bro. And
yeah.
like just even hearing
If
you
not, I'm
apologize.
not. Yeah, yeah. Like even like, yeah. If not, I'm. It's funny because now I'm like, yeah. You know, I'm just cool. Stay right there, then. You know, like
No love lost. Just
no love lost at all. You
be
know what
over
I
there
mean?
though.
There's just no energy wasted no more. You know, here.
Ooh,
That's
yes.
where I'm at. You know, and like I said, I'm big on energy. I'm big on that. So
Mhm.
I'm not gonna. All right, let's keep it here. You know, where it's positive, where it's actually bouncing back. You know, and uplifting. You know, type shit.
Mhm. Bro, I did listen, when I first hit you up to do this podcast, I had no idea that this conversation would lead to this. I
Yeah.
am fucking so glad, bro, that you were, willing to be open about some of this stuff, bro.
Oh,
Because
bro.
I hope whoever decides to play this back and then they hear you and hear maybe some of the opinions you might have, they might not agree with, or they don't understand how you came to that conclusion. Maybe now though they can kind of understand, like, oh, this is why Riot wants a session to feel this way. This is why Riot wants to battle and have this certain energy around him, or why he picks people up in his fam, or why he has certain friends. Like, yeah, you might not like them, but when he needed this person, they were there for him. So
Mm,
your opinion on this shit don't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Because listen to what he had to say. And now
yeah.
people can kind of understand and be more, not just sympathetic, but emphatic to
Mm,
why you make some of the choices or why you believe in some of the things you believe in, bro.
heck yeah, man. Happy to be a part. Happy to pull up. Proud of what you're doing, bro. I
Thank
hope
you.
it continues to grow in masses and masses of ways. And man, hope you see the little ones sooner than later. You feel
Hell
me?
yeah,
From a
bro.
pops to a pops. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
likewise too, bro. Likewise.
man. For real. For real.
Before we sign out though, is there any gym or, Riot's quote to sign us off with before we go ahead and call it a night?
All right. A cool quote I've kind of made up when through my whole experience, but it kind of came in recently. So if they sleeping on you, it makes the death more peaceful. So keep winning and keep killing them in silence.
Oh, yes. Yes. Everybody, smoking section, everyone who's tuned in or is going to tune in, write that shit down in your fucking journal, yo. All right. This is my man, Big Riot, Dead Prez,
Man,
all of that, my guy. Thank you again, bro, for
thank
coming
you
on.
again, King. Be safe.
All right, brother. I'll send you a message right now on Instagram, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Everybody, that was Riot. That was motherfucking Riot. Okay. And if you guys need any more introduction to who he has inspired me in so many ways, that I can't really put in words. Um, to hear him talk about his family, loss of his dad, and all this stuff, like it's a lot. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Yeah, and I hope that you guys are able to take something out of it. I hope you guys were able to see a piece of me and a piece of him and understand, like, as men, where we're coming from. Yeah. Because I think that we get so misunderstood and looked at as if we're so callous, but it's not callousness, it's scar tissue. Yeah, there's scar tissue there, and there's a lot of past cuts and wounds that we've had to work through and get past. Everybody who's tuned in on Facebook, my beautiful cousin Altman Lowry. If you guys could follow her on fucking TikTok, best fucking she drops some of the best content on there, right? And especially if you're a believer in faith, she is definitely somebody. And she always comes on the podcast and shows love. And I can't express how much her support means to me. She also has a clothing brand that's out there. Yeah. I'll get the link and make sure that I share it in the descriptions so I can help promote her. I'm going to try to help her. I'm going to try to help her get on the show. Yeah, so she could talk a little bit more about that. She's been through a lot as well. everybody on YouTube, everybody. Hold on, this is going to take me a second. Everybody on YouTube, everybody on Twitter or X, Instagram, wherever you tuned in. Thank you, 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 and thank you again. I'll have this up very shortly, so tune in. Again, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Hope you have a great week, month, year, and life. Yeah, until next time, I'm going to see you guys on the flip side. Yeah. Stay motivated out